Alright, so up to part 13 already. Whew. So, it doesn't get any easier this build, and as I was worried about, the tails do not fit at all. It's way over-engineered, way over-complicated, and huge gaps. So in this video, I tried to kind of make it a little bit better and get rid of those gaps. So let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so I put the tails on, and as I kind of was worried about, I had all kinds of issues getting these on. The tabs just weren't working, it weren't fitting good, so I had to cut all the tabs off the bottom, and then stand it back, and then, look, plenty of super glue these things on, and with plenty of brute force, I got it to that, see that side? It's still like a 2mm gap. It was a lot worse, don't get me wrong, but I managed to salvage it to that kind of degree. So I can't just leave it like that. I mean, the stabilizer's back here, like behind it. You're not going to cover it up. There's a shooting like gap. It just looks crap. So fortunately, I do have a spare set of decals. I've got 2 sets by accident, I guess. So if I'm messing all these decals up, I can go again. But I'm thinking with some careful filling, and then put some carefully, not masking tape, so I'll take the decals off. But maybe put some paper, like kitchen roll over this. I can then blend it in with the airbrush, and hopefully it'll look a lot better. So yeah, terrible fit back there on both, and I kind of suspected it, and it just doesn't fit nicely at all. So on this side, you can see I've actually come through with some sprue glue, which is basically this is extra thin Tamiya with a bunch of like plastic card cut up and mixed into it, which melts down to make like a gooey kind of filler. So I've put some down here ready to fill the gap, and I have the same size gap. Well, it's a lot worse, but I managed to fandangle it. So put some down here. It's a little messy, and I'll let it dry. I'm going to put another one on top so it kind of covers the gap completely, and I'll sand it back carefully, and then, like I said, I'll blend it with the airbrush. And I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. So, unfortunately, not good. I'm hoping at least the gear goes on okay, because that'd be a nightmare. But like I say, this isn't acceptable, this kind of tolerance and stuff. And I've cut all, it was a lot worse. I cut all the tabs off and did what I can, but it's just not a nice fit at all, unfortunately. So that's what we got. So let me kind of work on that one. I'm going to go ahead. I don't touch it too much because the oils might be still a little wet. I don't put fingerprints all over it. But I'm going to fill this in, take care of it, and I'll airbrush it back in. And hopefully it'll look a lot better than it does right now. Alright, so we've got sprue glue in, dried, and I sanded it back. That's one side. Needs a little bit more work on there, I think. And this one here too, looking good. So lost a lot of detail, but looking way better than the stupid 2mm gap we had down the side to these tails. I don't care so much about the inside, it's more the outside here. I just needed to fix. So what I'm going to do is come back with the grey. I'm just going to mist it on and blend it in, and then with the dark blue down there, and also light blue on this side. Blend it all in, and hopefully it's going to look a lot nicer than what it did before. So yeah, it kind of sucks with that horrible fit there, but looking a lot better now I filled it. I'm glad I did that, just didn't leave it. So again, a little bit more work there. I need a little bit more filler, and just sand this back and blend it in a little bit more. And then I do have luxury, I do have extra decals if need be, but I'm just going to put a paper towel over to cover these, not masking tape, so I can rip them off, and I'll just blend it in with the airbrush. Did spill a little bit of sprue glue on the back here, which obviously being extra thin, it took the paint away, so I definitely need to touch up back here too with some alkali paint. But overall, looking much better. So let me go ahead and just take care of this a little bit here, get it painted, and I'll be right back. Right, so painting the grey, which is looking a lot better, the light grey on both sides. Now I just taped up a little bit, and what I need to do now is just fill in the kind of the gap, like follow the light blue on this side, and on here, the dark blue coming down on here too. Oh, there you go, the camera. So I'm going to use what I actually love for camo is Clever Putty. Now a lot of people give this a bad rap. I guess just different products work for different people, but I really like this. It works great for masking. The key is with this is though it does self-level. So what I do is I use lacquer paint so they dry really quickly. So typically I'll mask something, paint it, and within like 20 minutes I pull this stuff off, and then we're good to go. It doesn't leave any residue, and doesn't give it time to self-level or make any mess or anything. So yeah, just take it off, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, after you've done it. So I've taken a few pieces out. It's basically just this kind of putty stuff. Easy to manipulate. I think it's way easier than blue tack worms, but any road. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm just going to eyeball this and just kind of create like a line. So follow this down and make it like some kind of visual interest where I'm going to paint the blue. So I'm going to come down here, I think with the dark blue. Again, don't need to press too hard. And on this side, I've just got a little bit, it's just going to be way too much. Break some off. And I want to kind of follow this, I don't know, maybe like something like that. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this guy. Like that. I'm just going to spray in the inside again, just to create that visual appeal. And I don't want dark, I'm going to cut a separation for the dark blue down here too. So I'm going to do maybe, again, I'm just eyeballing this, just to kind of make it a little bit neater than just leaving the gray. So I think maybe something like that might work. And I'll, breaking pieces off. And I'll follow it on the, right here along the panel line. So I'm just going to blow that in with dark blue on this side, and then this little part with light blue in there to tie it all in, and it should look, got hair stuck in this too, it should look a lot better. Certainly better than it did before, that huge 2mm gap down each side. So let me go ahead and paint these and I'll be right back. Right, so I've literally just finished spraying like 2 seconds ago, just cleaned out the airbrush. So I obviously start with light blue first and then put the light blue in my airbrush. So I'm just going to peel this off right now. And there you go, as easy as that. You can see the light there. So that's tied in, looking a little better. And down here, got masking tape off. And dark blue. And there we go, much better, right? So this is going to be covered with a flap down this side, and obviously you do have back here, you do have the horizontal stabilizers, but just from where we started to there, it looks a lot better. But now obviously this is clean, this is dirty, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the wash we did for the main model, the dark dirt wash, which is, just grab it out of my drawer. Once it's dry, I let it dry obviously first, and then just a little drop of this, just to put over this area, just to kind of like blend it all in. I'm not going to bother any oils or anything, just a little bit of panel line wash just to grime it up and match the rest of the aircraft look. But again, yeah, disappointing the fit back here, but I think I'm glad I did fill it, and it does look a lot better, that little bit of work we did back there compared to what it did look like before. So let this dry, we'll put the wash on, and then we should be pretty much good to go. So this stuff just goes right back into the tub, the Clever Putty, and like that, and it'll self-level and ready for next time I use it. But yeah, really good stuff. This is on Amazon, really cheap. If you go on like AK Interactive, they call it Panzer Putty, and they charge double the price. It's exactly the same product. But I'm not sure how much I paid. I want to say maybe like, I don't know, like less than $15 maybe. But Clever Putty, yeah, a lot of people don't like it, but like I said, I get on pretty well with it, and like I did, as long as you take it off pretty quickly and don't leave it on overnight, you'll be in good shape. So yeah, anyway, let this dry. I'm waffling now, and we'll get this wash on. I'll be right back. Right, so painted it, weathered up, and added the stabilizers at the back. There's only, see where it kind of fits there? It has to go in this position. You can't do it like change it any other way because it's just the way it fits. Now there are like pins that go in here, and I think it was designed really to put these in first and then kind of build a fuselage around it. So the pin was kind of bigger at the back and then smaller at the front. So I had to cut the pin down slightly so it could fit in and super glued it on. Once I deal with painted parts, super glue is the way to go for me. It doesn't affect the paintwork. You can use PVA glue, but then that just takes forever to dry and kind of bite and stuff. Got the flat glue back on too. Remember it came off. And the other side like this, it's now starting to look a little bit more like an aircraft. So we've got the tails on and the stabilizers. The folded thingy bits at the end here we'll do at the very end because they're just going to snap off because they're going to be in the up position. So we obviously want to get the gear on first and all the rest of the gubbins, and then we'll work on that. But yeah, it's going good. So I think the problem with this is, again, I'm going to have a little mini rant as I always do with this kit. Just over-engineered. Why are you designing a tail that goes on with like 4 different tabs and a weird shape at the bottom? Just every other kit like this, like think about Great Wall Hobbies or Tamiya's F-14, the way it's designed, the tail that clips on, there's no problem at all. They have like one thing, it clips on top. There's no like weird kind of zigzaggy pattern down the side, 4 different pins. They're just overcomplicating it, and I just knew it was going to fail before I even got there. But nevertheless, you saw for his video, we kind of got through it. I could have maybe done a bit more rescribing and blending and stuff, but you know, I've gone as far as I want to go with this. It looks way better than it did before, and I think we're good to go now. So hopefully you found this video a little bit interesting, fighting the demons with this kit, but you know, we're getting there slowly but surely, and yeah, I will be glad when it's over with, but it's certainly a handful. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video, as I said, and I think we can get out of here. So until next time, see you later. Bye.